Hello? How did you get this number? Don't you know he's listening? The 13. He's here.
You have entered the 13, a place where real stories about music, touring, and the beyond are told. Music does something to us. We all experience it in our own way. It can affect our senses, transport us through time, and release emotions. On this podcast, we will talk with people about the power of music and the beyond. What does the beyond mean? Let's find out together. Turn on your metronomes because this time is about to be tracked.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the 13. I'm your host, Ryan 13, and today on our show we have Deadpool and me, because we're going to do a 2022 year review. It's been a great year, and I'm so glad that we're all getting to go into 2023, and we're going to have all of us are going to have a killer year. But let's take a look back at some of the great things that happened on the 13 podcast over the last year. All right, guys. So if you haven't noticed, the setting's a little different. I got a new desk, so that's great. So we're at a slightly different angle, which is cool. Everything's green right now because I don't know, because I'm trying to figure out a new lighting system as well. So apologize for the shadows and all that stuff. We'll get it worked out. We got plenty of time. Anyway, so think about it. We've done 2 seasons in 2022. The second season's still not finished, but we have plenty of other episodes coming out. I think I have 3 recorded still. Andy Black Sugar from KMFDM and Blondie, he's one of them. The original lead singer of Razor 13, Brandon Lee, or Boss, he's one of them. Steffi Grace, she's one of them, a great musician. She makes some great music. And I have a bunch of others that are pending. So that's cool. And then we'll, finish out the second season, 13, 14 episodes. I know I was doing this whole 13 thing because we're on the 13. And I think the episode I'm shooting right now by myself doesn't count. So this is just like a bonus episode, I guess. So since we don't do these in person, at least not yet, I sign everybody's name for them in my guest book. So I just know who's been on the show and when. Man, we started out the season with Al Shire. He was the first one to come on the show, but we didn't release his episode first. We released Doug's first. But on the RSS feed, I think we released Mike DeLeon's. Yeah, I think that's how that worked. It got a little screwy. So if you're listening to this, then I think Mike's came out first, then Doug's. But on the YouTube channel, it's Doug's. What's the first one to come out? I think Al came out second or third or something like that. I'm learning, I'm still figuring out how to do this whole thing. Let's see, there's 13. I don't know. We're like 20 something episodes in. So I'm brand new. I still don't know what I'm doing. And I love that you guys are hanging out and, trying to watch me figure this thing out or listen to me figure this thing out too. So let's take a look back at some of the 2022 first season 1 highlights. So we had Doug Pinnick from King's X, KXM, Razor 13. I should have led with that one. And many other projects. One of my best friends, he was in my wedding. I've known the dude for freaking years. We just saw each other the other day. It was fantastic. Let's check out a little clip from that episode. We had this whole record pretty much close to being done, and our singer quit, and you stepped in and said,
"Yep,
don't get rid of those songs. I'll do it."
They're great songs. Razor 13.
Razor 13. I wanted to do a reunion show, but the whole pandemic happened. Squashed the 10-year anniversary record release.
It's hard doing anything these days with the pandemic and ons and offs, and COVID comes back and COVID's gone.
I know. And now we got monkeypox.
And more bullshit. It's
right.
Like somebody said, it says, can I have one day without a major world crisis? Just one.
Right.
And the thing is, there's a major world crisis going continually as long as we've been alive.
Right.
It's just that they want to use it to get something out of this. I feel this right now.
I
You know, we
agree.
all know nobody trusts any of this shit, but we don't have any proof.
Yeah,
You
well,
know, I've been
we're all
look.
waking up to it. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
I've been doing the conspiracy theory for 60, 70 years. Well, I'm 71, so at least 60 years. And the problem with all the conspiracies that I've believed in for 40, 50 years of my life, none of them have still been proven. And so at my age, I'm looking back going, how much time have I wasted and how much energy and fear and encouragement, and just the whole world was wrapped around these issues, you know, the fighting, the arguing, the rabbit holes of trying to study and learn. But at the end of the day, none of them have ever been proven to be true. I still believe a lot of things, you know, but
Sure.
that could come true. It could be. I mean, you know, I mean, I'm not. We're not dumb. We know something fishy's going on.
Right.
But that's kind of where I have to leave it now. It's like something fishy's going on, and until you can show me beyond a shadow of a doubt, what am I going to do?
Yeah, dude, Doug is like the best. I love that guy. What a great episode. If you guys haven't watched that, please go, go back in the channel. You can go back and watch this stuff. It doesn't matter. They age well. All right. Then we had Mike DeLeon comes on, from Phil and Samo and the Illegals. Yes, I'm going to say his name, Mike DeLeon, all the time. And I don't know why, but that's how I'm saying it. And that's just it. Let's check out a little clip of that one.
One thing led to another, and I ended up, hooking up with the Illegals and
Yeah.
still full-time jamming with those guys. We're taking a little bit of a break right now while Philip does a couple of other things. He's focusing on some stuff that actually got announced today. So
Sure.
he's taking a break right now doing some things. And while he's doing that, I just joined another band, and I am now jamming full-time in a awesome American heavy metal band called Insight. I'm super excited to be jamming with the guys. The singer is my friend Richie, who was the stepson of Max Cavalera from Sepultura and Soulfly, and so there's the blood and the metal is flowing everywhere, man.
Dude, I could sit here and show clips for days, man. First of all, Mike, what a great guy. I can't wait to get him back on. That dude is so cool. What a great guitar player. We had Jesse White come on the show. Jesse White's an amazing guitar instructor, producer. He can edit like the best of them. Check this out. Okay, so what projects do you got going on currently? I know you have a podcast in the works.
I just released the first episode with my buddy Zai. He builds guitars. Well, he takes guitars that are already built and he'll just throw a bad motherfucking paint job on that bitch.
Yeah.
Like he just came out with this Typo Negative bass, 24 frets. It's sexy as fuck. He did a guitar for Mike DeLeon. He did a couple. Yeah, he did a Beavis and Butthead themed guitar for him, and then he did a Jackson Rhodes V.
Fuck yeah.
But like candy apple green, marijuana leaves on it, and it looks tight. I don't even smoke weed, but I would totally play that guitar.
And of course, we had Marzi Montazeri come on, another great friend. We don't get to see each other too often. He is playing a lot more live now these days than he had been. So I definitely plan on going around the Houston area and catching a good old Marzi Heavy as Texas show. That dude's fantastic. Boop, check this out.
This luthier I met, and his name is Austin Van Dyke. And when we were touring with Exhorder, I met him in Denver, and he said he wanted to build me a guitar. And I was like floored. And I sent him the sketch. And then I went to one evening, I was able to actually go and visit him. While I was working out there,
Sure.
But one night I was able to get a ride and go see this young man. He's only 28, he had he had his stuff together, man. Beautiful family, a daughter, younger son, that had just gotten like a Doberman puppy. It was like, I was like in heaven. Nice. But You know, he calls his guitar company Rebirth Guitar Company. And what he does is he sees trees that are dying, because he was showing me signs and stuff like that. I don't know. He's been doing woodwork all his life. I'm not familiar with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And he cuts them down himself and gives them, and then turns them into guitars.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and so he gives them a new life. So based on what we were just talking about, rebirth.
Yeah, what a great guy, man. We had all the guys that are the current lineup in Razor 13 came on. Anyway, dude, we had so many great guests that first year, that first season. Scott Pastel, Rob Pastel, Tracy McGinnis from Choke. Choke. I'm sorry if my accent is bad or offended anyone. We had Billy Sheehan come on. I learned how to pronounce his name right. Sheehan, not Sheehan. I'm never going to let that drop because I felt really bad about it. And he was a cool, totally great sport about it. But I'm a tool. What can I say? Oh, dude, and we ended the season with freaking Brandon Thomas from Expanding Reality, expandingrealitypodcast.com. I guess right now is a great time to just go ahead and drop Brandon's advertisement. A lot of you have probably been hearing a lot of podcasters talking about UFOs, the TV talking about UFOs, the government releasing videos of UFOs. If you like stuff like that, you should head on over to expandingrealitypodcast.com. There, they talk about consciousness, psychedelics, UFOs, and the beyond. And you know we love the beyond on this show. Check the link in the description for Expanding Reality. There you can become an expansive insider for all of the mind-melting bonus content with the coolest panels, exclusive interviews, and massive collaborations about all the fringe and alternative topics that we absolutely think will expand your reality. Go over there, check it out, link in the description. I love the host, Brandon Thomas. He's a fantastic person and a great host. Go check it out. Go check Expanding Reality out. I love that place. There's like his website's so freaking cool. It's just fun to explore. He's got so many episodes and great merch. I mean, really good merch, especially this new stuff with like the lizard people and stuff that's come out. It's fantastic. Go check that out. All right. So also in season 1, we had Corey Jackson, who like has not only helped me facilitate a lot of guests on the show, but has just been a good buddy to me. And I don't think we've ever met in person. We're just friends on the internet. I know his wife, Lily, through King's X, and she got to come on the show with Corey at the end of their visit. And that was so fantastic. I can't wait to have both of them on again. Check this out. Love for music. And you guys are like super, I mean, you guys understand each other. And that seems, that's really beautiful.
I can trust her in the studio too. If I'm doing something and I look over and she goes,
no.
Yeah, obviously I trust her ears. She's amazing to have around. So, and I mean, obviously I wouldn't have met you if it had not been for her knowing you as well. So it's a cool thing. I mean,
yeah, this is great.
You know, all because of King's X.
All because of King's
X. Did you hear? Tell her the story real quick about the poster again that I did not know.
Oh, okay. So that's actually
she mentioned something about that while we were setting up. I told you that. Yeah, it's the first thing she noticed.
So it's Live Love in London, and I took that photo, and that's
awesome.
Yeah, that was 2009 in Wolverhampton, and it's not London. And Trent got freaking photo credit for it, but whatever. But it was me. Okay, so I had Ray Freeman Jr. come on. I've known Ray for a long time, and you guys who have been listening are probably like, I don't remember that episode, and for good reason, because I never aired it, and it's because we were having audio issues and stuff. But if I do have a clip, I'm going to look for one. If I do have a clip of that, that sounds kind of okay, I'll throw it in. Me and Ray are going to redo it. We just haven't got around to scheduling conflicts and all that.
The guy was like a Michael Schenker nut. He could do all the Lizzie, all the Michael Schenker. I'm actually doing a Thin Lizzy tribute record right now.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
Fred, we have, I don't have all my drums in the can yet, but I've got one song in the can that I did with my original band that Andy was in. For those of you who don't know, Andrew Freeman from Great White and Last in Line is my younger brother. who I'm not afraid to say I did put in the business, no matter what he tells Eddie Trunk. I was a subject on Eddie Trunk. I'm kind of
That's cool.
that kind of gets me a little giddy because I think Eddie's a badass.
All right, guys. So moving on to season 2, I'm not going to I'm not going to talk about every single guest, even though I'd love to. I just, 2022 has just been such a fantastic year, and this podcast has been really, really fun, and it's been great to hang out with you guys, hang out with these fine gentlemen and women. And I need more girls on the show. Like, I've been talking to a lot of dudes. It's cool. Steffi Grace is coming on. That's great. I have some other female guests planned, just not totally scheduled yet. But it's been, everybody's been great. Everybody's been fantastic. This has been a great time. So anyway, on to season 2. Oh yeah. Start out season 2 with Tommy Bones. I love that guy. He's a great guy. He's just cool to talk to. And if you watch that episode, he's just so super chill. For the play, it looks, if they weren't going 500 miles an hour, you'd think that was just a fly on their camera or something. But it's, obviously.
I have no reason to doubt it. Especially when it comes from their recorders and their aircraft.
Right.
You can't edit that and alter that. So
yeah. So what is it? What do you think it is?
It's either one of two things. It's either legitimate, UFO, or because I don't believe we have the technology to produce that, at least nothing that we're aware of. And our fighter, if it was something of ours, I don't think our fighter pilots would be chasing it.
I love that guy. He's just fantastic. Great human, super smart person. Oh, dude, we had fucking Jefe come on too. El Jefe. I am El Jefe.
Every day I work at Specs in Baytown, and I have a whiteboard where I update the keg list of what we got, in inventory and whatnot. And there's this space, and like I say, I'm a positive fella, and so I was like, I'm just gonna write something, and then the next, and I took a picture of it and posted on Instagram and Facebook, and then the next day I did it again. I think the third day I just did woo Ric Flair, shit like that, So some of them are my words, some of them aren't,
Sure.
But this was I don't know, a week or two ago, and I'd just been having a rough go, and I wrote on there, I'm tired of fighting for everything in my life.
I saw that.
And, and took that picture and posted it. And then I guess somewhere throughout the day, I think my manager went and erased it and put on there only positivity on the whiteboard. Wow. Or whatever. And I don't think I'm being negative. I'm just being honest with that statement,
Sure. Right.
Life can be fucking tough sometimes, and it's okay. It's okay. Oh, there was this one post thing I saw where there might have been a song with it or something, but it's okay to be not okay.
Dude, if you're ever in Kingwood, Texas, there's a place called Chachi's. It's a Mexican restaurant, and they have an El Jefe dish, and it's really delicious. I sent Jefe a picture of that the other day. Oh, dude, we had Steve Stein come on. Maybe I am going through all this because it's a short season. Steve Stein, what a great dude. Have you guys seen that one? First of all, intelligent as all get out. Second of all, amazing guitar player. And 3, one of the nicest human beings I've ever had the privilege to talk to. Corey Jackson hooked me up with that guy too.
That's the cool thing is that with the internet and the industry, how many amazing people you can meet, Right. I don't see the dark side of this stuff. I meet people like Corey all the time, which is really awesome.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, it's becoming really cool. This is my first dip into podcasting. Actually, you're on season 2 right now, but I'm just releasing stuff as willy-nilly as possible. But this is super fun, and I'm meeting some great people. I'm totally 100% name dropping right now. I had Billy Sheehan on the other day. Right. And I was like, oh, cool, and Mike DeLeon from Phil and Salmo the Illegals. I'm like, how is this happening? We had my buddy Sean Boy come on. That was fantastic. Jason McMaster from Dangerous Toys and Broken Teeth. Well, that was a great episode.
I'm cool. I'm cool with anything nerds unite. I love it.
Yeah, dude, look at all my toys. Look at all my dangerous toys over here in the
I
background.
love that. Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah, you see.
I guess I could say the same. Look
Yeah.
at all this bullshit that should be in a dumpster fire behind me too.
Oh, dude, I collect all that stuff too, man. It's
Oh
just
my
in the other
God,
room.
it's embarrassing.
Oh man, and then like I said, we've got Brandon Lee, Andy Black Sugar, Steffi Grace coming on. Oh, and my favorite, probably one of my favorite episodes that just came out on Christmas Eve, where I was doing another thing kind of like this, but it was with Jeff Drum. That dude, holy cow, he's an author. He's not a musician. He's a DJ. DJ Three Cats, by the way. Shout out DJ Three Cats. But he, I mean, he's just fascinating, and the stuff that he has to say about the pyramids and the evidence to back it up is fantastic. I mean, you got to go watch that episode.
So this is from my trip that we just got back from. I mean, it's a couple months ago in September 2022.
Oh, yeah, I totally saw this episode. This was a really cool experiment that you guys did.
Pretty badass, right? Yeah. So again, we're getting back to the function of the pyramid body. So I mentioned all the extremely practical functions: maintaining the pressure, because there's tons of internal pressure. You don't want the shit to explode.
Right.
Preventing environmental contamination. Because again, imagine if on the Giza Plateau you were producing acids. You don't want that acid escaping out into the environment, or certainly not the gases, because it could produce acid rain. And if you look at some of the erosion on the Giza Plateau, as I mentioned in my recent videos, if you look at that from the perspective of acid rain, it certainly looks like there could have been some sort of disaster that caused these pyramids to go inoperational, or perhaps there was an environmental event that involved some acid rain, because there's some very severe erosion that we see on the Giza Plateau, which doesn't necessarily correspond to the time frame that we're given, because geologists have proposed that erosion could take tens of thousands of years to hundreds of thousands of years, where they say that these things are only 5,000 to 6,000 years old.
Right. Yeah. I love it. It got a lot of listens on the old RSS feed. It got some listens on the YouTube too. It's pretty cool. I've noticed something is like you get more listens than you do watches, which is strange, or at least that's how my channel's going. But hey, whatever. I like to watch this stuff. That's why I record it. And other people like to listen to it and drive or work or do whatever. And that's fantastic too. And I thank every single one of you for doing that. You guys, I mean, what a freaking year. I hope that you guys go on to have the best year yet, the best year of your life. I hope nothing but the best for all of you. And I love every single one of you. And I want you all to know that I really appreciate you watching, listening, hanging out, and dealing with all my crappy audio, terrible shadows, and whatever, the learning process can throw at you. I hope you all go have a great 2023. Much love from me. Much love from Deadpool. You like our little party hats? Our little party hats are pretty good. We're going to go celebrate with the family. And the family is my wife and 3 dogs. We're going to go hang out and watch New Year's Rockin' Eve or whatever it is they have now. Cheers.